Okay, guys, we've been waiting for this moment. It's episode 1 of season 2 of With the Waves.
Woo!
Yeah! It's called Sip or Spill.
Sip and spill.
Sip and spill. So we're just going to be sipping and spilling the tea.
And spilling.
Okay. Okay, so basically, this episode, Kayla is going to be questioning me.
Who's Kayla?
Hey, guys. Kayla is one of my best friends. We honestly, freshman year roommates. We met each other online, like, totally, like, luck of the draw.
During COVID.
Yeah. And, like, and then we just got lucky. Now 4 years later, we're still rooming together.
Yeah.
Right across the hall.
Definitely. Everyone has, like, such a crazy freshman year roommate stories because there's really no way to, like, know people that well when you have to pick one. But we just got super lucky because then she was my sophomore year roommate and my junior year roommate and my senior year roommate. And we've literally slept 10 feet away from each other in the same room for 2 different years.
Yeah, freshman and junior.
Yeah. And now our doors are, like,
literally 2 feet apart.
2 feet apart, so.
Yeah. You want to tell them a little bit about yourself and what you're going on? Your little intro? You've been ready for this.
So,
say your spiel.
I am the co-host of With the Waves you have all been waiting for. I've been waiting. My name is Kayla. I am 22 years old. I'm from California. I'm Gianna's roommate, Gianna's best friend. Gianna's my best friend. I'm really excited because today's episode, like Gianna said, sip and spill. I was going to be asking G a bunch of questions because I feel like she talks a lot, especially in season 1, about different things that, like, she does internally. But I kept telling her, I was like, I don't feel like you're getting personal enough. Like, give them more. I want more. And so today we're going to be asking questions so you guys can get to know her a little better.
Because the rest of the season will be me questioning other people. So why not give you the tea about me first, you know?
Yeah. And then if you guys like this episode, maybe she'll bring me back.
For sure.
So I guess let's get started. So honestly, I know you talk about this a little bit in season 1, but I just kind of wanted you to reiterate, like, why you even started this podcast. Like, don't be so, like, vague about it, like, self-growth and whatever else. Like, tell them the nitty-gritty, like, what are your goals with this? Like, what are your feelings toward the podcast right now?
Okay. So my feelings towards the podcast is, like, I want to see it grow. Like, I want people from, like, the other side of the country to see this podcast. Like, I want people to just, like, listen to it and want to do something from it. Like, I just want to make an everlasting, like, effect on people's lives. Like, I just want to, like, go out knowing, like, if people say my name, they're like, oh, like, she helped me do this, she helped me do that. And, like, not only do I want to help people with my podcast, I want to, like, help people, like, myself with it. Like, I literally want to, like, be able to just, like, look back and be like, I did that. Like, because I usually, like, I be quitting hella. Like, I quit sports hella. I be, like, anything I remotely compare myself with other people to, I, like, just quit because I'm, like, not good enough. When really, if I just took the extra year, probably could have made a statement or done something with that. So,
yeah. I think that's definitely what you already are kind of achieving with the podcast, just because, like, we literally already know, like, 2 people in our personal lives that were, like, inspired by you starting a podcast when it wasn't something that, like, people we knew were doing.
Yeah.
And she's even inspired me. I want a podcast, but I just, like, am too chicken to follow her so far.
Just do it.
But maybe one of these days. But I definitely think that you're already inspiring people and just, like, as it grows.
Yeah.
So growth is kind of the
for sure, like,
the intention for season 2. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so in season 1, what do you think was, like, the biggest thing that you learned from the whole, like, filming, producing, editing, like, the whole conception? I kind of want you to tell them the story of, like, what inspired you, like, that conversation you had with that girl in class.
Okay, so we've been, I think, like, with Peyton, so Peyton's one of our other, like, freshman year, like, best friends, like, we wanted to start a podcast together, and then that next year I was like, I really want to start a podcast, and, like, you and me were going to do it, like, for the plot, remember? Anyways, and then I was like, I got to junior year and I was just, like, seeing people do the damn thing. Like, I just, like, I follow people that, like, give me inspiration. Like, I was like, you know what, I want to, like, do that for other people. And this one girl, I was in this, like, 9-to-5 stupid, like, professional program thing, like, unpaid. Anyways, I was there and we were, like, working or whatever, and I was making, like, clip art. Like, I was joking around, but I was, like, in Photoshop, and I was, like, doing the damn thing. Like, I was making, like, with the waves, like, through, like, with my photos and, like, Photoshop, and I was, like, literally making the clip art. And this girl, and I was just joking around, like, so we get these awards called Wally Awards, and it's, like, where if you do outstanding in, like, the program, like, you get this award of, like, your work. And I was, like, joking around, I'm like, LOL, I haven't got a Wally Award yet. And she's like, well, if you stop making, like, ridiculous art for, like, she said ridiculous art for something that might not happen. And I was like, And that flipped the switch. Was that when my TikTok down? But it literally, like, I literally sat there and I was like, I looked at her and I was just like, it's not stupid. Like, I'm gonna do it. And she's like, okay.
And you're like, so watch.
That next month, I took the goddamn time to sit down, write down stuff I'd want to talk about, what I want my podcast to be about, like the whole inspo. And I, like, love the ocean, even though I've, like, never lived by it. But every time I see it, I, like, love it. And I sat there and I was like, I'm gonna start it. What happens? A month later, 2 months later, I, like, drop it. I'm like, with the waves, like, here's the damn thing. And I just sat there and I was like, I felt accomplished because I was like, when my biggest, like, push is when people think I can't do it.
100%.
So when she told me, like, it's not gonna happen, I was like, just wait. Just away. And then I also got a Wally that next week.
So you did both.
So I did both. Anyways.
Yeah. I'll even say, like, I remember us sitting in our 2 twin beds that were 5 feet across from each other, and you, like, working on your stuff for it. Mm-hmm. And I probably was coming from a place of, like, my own personal, like, insecurity about not following through with things, but I was just thinking, I was like, I wonder if she's actually gonna do it. Because I've personally, like, kind of gone through, like, the conceptualization of, like, multiple little, like, side projects or whatever else that, like, I never followed through with. And, like, you were really taking the time, but I was also, like, never in our room. So I didn't even know when you were, like, filming it, editing it. I had no idea.
Every Wednesdays during the day when no one was home.
Like, yeah, like, I was so never there. I was, like, constantly, like, at work or something. And so I don't even think, like, when you, like, dropped the episode, I don't even think I, like, knew that you were dropping an episode.
I low-key kind of, like, made it a surprise. Like, I didn't even market for it. I kind of was just like, I'm going to drop it when I drop it. Like, out of nowhere, I just started, like, posting miscellaneous stuff on my story from, like, the account I have. Well, now I have to collab, so we're going to work on that marketing aspect. But, like, I genuinely was just like, let's drop it and see what happens. And, like, so far, like, I think I've done pretty good for, like, how much time I've given myself. And, like, only more to come, like, honestly, after this. So,
definitely.
Yeah.
I have a kind of question about, like, from where you started. That was, like, was it a year ago?
Not even.
It wasn't even a year ago.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago. So, like, from season 1 and the whole, like, editing, recording, production process of that, like, what's one thing you learned from, like, season 1 till now we're starting season 2?
Yeah. It's hard. It's, like, way harder than I expected. Like, these people, like, Alex Cooper, like, the way she has, like, a whole, like, like, business for it, like, I don't know how she started. Well, didn't she start with Barstool?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Like, it's hard. Like, the editing behind it, like, even making the clip art, like, the ideas is right here. Like, Kayla has, like, every time I'm, like, questioning, she's like, just do this. I'm like, duh. So, yeah, that's really helpful. But, yeah.
Pro bono PR specialist over here.
Thank you, because I don't have the money. No, but seriously, like, it's hard. And, just, like, after all of it, though, like, it just, like, it's honestly so fun for me. Like, editing is, like, it honestly, like, stimulates my brain. Like, I, like, sit down and I'm, like, distracted and, like, I can actually get the work done. So, honestly, like, all of that. But, yeah.
I feel like it is kind of, like, a cross between a bunch of things that I've seen you have so much interest in. Mm-hmm. So, when we were freshmen, you're like, shit, I just want to be an influencer. Like, I just want to take photos. Like, I want to do travel, like, not, like, necessarily influencing, but, like, content creating.
Yeah.
And then kind of, like, you just loved editing videos so much. And I think it's kind of that crossover between, it's, like, you get to talk about yourself and, like, be personal.
Yeah.
And, like, also give advice and, like, share the ways you've grown over the past few years, but also then get to do that whole, like, creative process between, like, the cameras and the setup and the mics and then, like, the editing it and all of that. Like, it really is a lot of work.
When I first, like, moved in, because, like, I knew I wanted this room to be, like, half podcast, half bed. Because, like, I just, like, didn't know what else to put in the house. But also, like, I just sat there and I was like, how am I, like, in the beginning of the school year, I was like, how am I gonna put my, like, whatever ideas to, like, actual life? And when I, like, finally got the chairs, like, Facebook Marketplace, Marshalls, like, when I all put it together, I, like, sat there and I was like, if I really put my motherfucking mind to it, I can get it done. So I was really happy when everything came together and stuff like that.
And you did. It really has been, like, so much coming together. So honestly so quickly, because, like, I feel like it's been, like, 6 months, because you were in that class, like, second semester, right?
I think I dropped it. I have to look back, but I think I dropped it, like, May, maybe April. I don't even think May. I think April. And then all summer I, like, dropped. It was 14 weeks from April, so, like, every week I dropped an episode, and that was like 14 episodes. Is what season 1 is. And so I'm thinking,
what was your favorite episode?
Okay. Oh my gosh, I think my favorite episode was, like, the negativity one, where it was, like, I don't know what number it was, but it's literally, like, just letting it go. Like, because I, like, it really spoke to me, because, like, I would always just, like, want people to be in my life when they didn't necessarily cater to me. And then when I finally took the time to realize, like, I don't need that, it started like going up from there. But I don't know what number it is. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I could look right now, low-key.
You can insert it.
Yeah.
For the people watching.
Yeah.
Go to episode.
Wait. Oh God.
After you finish watching this one.
Yeah.
Just to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like I'm doing a lot of the sipping and you're doing the spilling, but you need to do some sipping too. Cheers.
This is so, I'm like feeling buzzed. I'm actually feeling buzzed.
We took a shot before we started of our favorite tequila from freshman year.
It's
Shout
so
out
good.
Milagro. Comes in a tall blue bottle.
Please sponsor me.
It's very reasonably priced. This is just a shout out. So all the girlies know if you like tequila and you don't have money for like.
It's like so cheap.
Yeah. Like the nicer stuff because we're a little cheap over here.
Yeah. For like, it being like good. Like,
yeah.
It's pretty cheap. Yeah.
It's pretty good. I think it's delicious.
I did tweak a little bit when I took the shot though because I haven't drank in maybe a week. But
just a week. Yeah, it's been a very, I feel like, calm week for us.
Actual shot though, like I haven't had a shot. Who would have thought? Guys, guess what day it is?
Yeah,
it's a Sunday.
It's Sunday. Okay, so we're gonna move into kind of like a segment thing right here.
Okay.
You're
good at this.
For the longest time, have been asking G to do life updates. I listen to podcasts religiously. Like I listen to podcasts more than I listen to music. I have podcasts that come out pretty much on every single day of the week. So I constantly have new content for my drives, for when I'm in class, for the shower. You'll hear podcasts coming from my room more than you hear music. Yeah. But I've been begging her to do life updates. And so we're going to do a life update segment. But here's the thing. I actually know what's going on in your life. So if you're not giving them the real deal, I'll make sure to prompt you.
Oh, okay.
So maybe take a sip and then we'll get started.
Okay. Let me take one more sip. This is like strong as hell.
I know, it's 13%.
Oh,
I'm
cheers?
good.
Okay.
Oh, we could cheers. I don't want any of that.
Yeah, no. I'm definitely gonna go to bed after this.
It's like not even 7 o'clock yet.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch a movie and do some homework actually. Okay, life update. Let's start corporate. I have an internship at It is honestly amazing. Yeah, I have an internship. You're right. I have an internship at this marketing organization. And
Destination marketing.
Yeah, destination marketing. Hashtag nepotism. Thank you, Kayla. Definitely knowing a friend was really nice. But yeah, I just market for just the greater Phoenix area, and it's really nice. And I'm having a ball there, trying to get a full-time job after graduation this December. That's another update. I'm graduating soon.
So soon.
T-minus 1 month. 1.5 months, actually. I'm going to give my half. But I'll still be here, just not necessarily doing all the school and sorority stuff. Alumni status coming real soon. I don't know. My life is boring.
Okay, so we have fall formal coming up next weekend. Who are you bringing, Gianna?
So I'm bringing one of my friends. Also, if you guys don't know, okay, I'll make a correlation between these people. So Nat is one of my roommates, also one of my best friends, and she has a boyfriend named Omar, and Omar has a friend named Josh. And then I took him to one of our previous day parties. Super fun. He's so nice. But yeah, he's just one of my friends, and super excited about that. I'm just excited to have fun with everyone. But he's yeah.
A few more updates. We're going to Disneyland soon.
Yeah, we're going to Disneyland. Still got to pay that. It's on Greek bill.
Yeah.
Did you pay it?
No.
Okay.
Hall weekend's coming up.
Oh my
So what are your plans? We just were having a conversation about this, and there isn't a consensus. We're all over the place. We don't know what we're doing.
So I'd really like to go to a frat party, but a night frat party is just not hitting it for
not
me.
The vibe.
I just can't be in a sweaty room with these underclassmen. I just can't. But I also want to do one last hurrah. That's why I might hit up a frat party to a danger to pregame.
I did realize this is your last hurrah.
Yeah.
You can still come next semester.
Yeah.
I've been trying to say that if you, Taylor, our other roommate that's also graduating, if you guys didn't tell people you were graduating in December, no one would know.
Pulled up, yeah.
You could still be going to our sorority stuff. You could still be going to frat parties. No one would know.
Yeah.
So I think you
I did it to myself.
Yeah. Because I don't, I'm not ready for my last hurrah at a frat party yet, but I want you to be there for my last hurrah as well. For our last hurrah.
I'll pull up.
Because I can't do my last hurrah for this weekend.
For sure, yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, I'll come back. I don't think I'll be leaving anytime soon. I'll have to still be in Arizona. I gotta keep burping. It's the alcohol. Anyways, yeah, so I think I'm gonna hit up a danger to pregame and then hit up the bar crawl. Because I don't really want to spend my time at a
frat party like for that long, and I kind of want to like get men to buy me drinks, so we'll see.
Yeah. I'm a very big advocate of us going on the bar crawl because
$14?
Yes, $14 you get a ticket, and then you get to go to all these bars. And the last one I went to was for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
I remember I pre-gamed with all the seniors, and then we went to this club in Scottsdale. We went to the first club of this bar crawl. We walk in, and we're just honestly going to the bathroom. We start walking out of the bathroom, and this guy waves us over. And who was at that table? Travis Kelsey. Travis Kelsey was at that table and had the time of my life. We didn't make it to any of the other bars at the bar crawl.
Yeah.
But I just feel like there's good vibes coming from that.
Yeah.
Instead of a frat party. I'm a big advocate of that for this
feel
weekend.
I just feel like, honestly, I've also never been. So maybe this
to
could be
Scottsdale?
Like Old Town.
You've never been to Old Town?
I just turned 21. Like
I know, and that happened to me too. Like I didn't go for a while, but I thought you've been.
I mean, I went to the Montauk for Emily's, but like.
Did you go to Cake? Was that before?
I didn't go to Cake.
That's why you keep asking to go to Cake.
Yeah, but honestly, when every Thursday rolls around, I'm just like. Oh.
Every Thursday rolls around, I'm like,
I'm like, a Thursday?
Dang.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that we're gonna go on the bar crawl for Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
I'm going. And then Sunday I'm not going out. Monday I'm not going out. Tuesday I'll go out to Casa for the block party. Probably do Risky Business because I have everything in my closet for that.
No, we're doing Spice Girls.
Oh yeah, sorry, for Casa we're doing Spice Girls.
Our roommates are doing a Spice Girls group outfit.
Sporty Spice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Scary Spice.
Yeah, that's cutie. And then yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna take it easy, low key. Oh, we have our day party and then
yeah,
I yeah.
Okay, so kind of circling back to what you said during the life update, how are you feeling about graduating? Literally in a month and a half. Like, I was actually on the phone with my parents the other day, or earlier today, and I was telling them, like, oh, G and Taylor are graduating in December. And they're like, oh, are they excited? I'm like, I don't think it feels real to them.
Yeah.
And I told you that earlier today. Yeah. And so tell me your thoughts, how you're feeling, like, not your plans after, because I hate that question. Plans. I hate that question. Grinds my gears.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you're doing after. I want to know how you're feeling about the now.
Right now, it didn't hit me until my boss at my internship goes, oh yeah, the new interns are coming in soon, huh? And I just looked at him during our meeting and I was like, oh my god, it's almost my time, like depending on what my next move is with this little internship. But yeah, like I just sat there and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to you about that because I really need to know what I'm doing after December. I plan on taking like a 2-week break after that, just for like taking a break and also like to hang out with my family and stuff like that before I like come back and if I actually have a full-time job. I don't think it's gonna hit until I'm walking across the stage. I don't think until I look out into the crowd and like we're actually having. I don't think it's gonna hit until I don't think it's gonna hit till January.
Are you gonna be a crier?
I don't. If you have alcohol, Mia.
I think if you like drink that night, you're gonna cry.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around.
I think Nat's gonna cry too.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna cry.
I'm like, cause my literally freshman year, walking into Taylor Place, I literally was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be here all 4 years, and then I don't know why, but I just I could have stayed the extra semester, but I didn't wanna. I hate the idea of being graded for my knowledge. I just I get it, but at the same time, for some of these classes that are literally so dumb and I get a B when I could have gone an A, it just grinds my gears and I get so upset at myself, even though academic validation it's not needed, but it's just pisses me off. And so I thought to myself, I was I'd rather actually graduate early and then take the time to put my 100% in something, aka this podcast, or literally anything, get another job to raise money and or make money and
raise money. Gianna's a philanthropy. Go fund her.
Go fund me, please. I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
No, but literally, and so my main goal was just I can graduate early, still be here. I'm literally still gonna be here. And just put my 100% effort, because sometimes when it comes to school, I just go by to get the good grade, but I don't actually try, which is so sad because not a ton of people get this opportunity, and I need to tell myself that. But yeah, so that's basically why I decided to graduate early and why. Also how I feel about it. Sorry,
I think that's really smart. I was a big hater, to be honest, for the longest time.
Yeah.
I would crap on Gianna all the time for thinking she was going to graduate early. It really pissed me off. And then it was honestly this semester that it really started to hit me how much how much time we have to spend on school.
Yeah.
And how scary it is to graduate and then be expected to go get a job. And I think that graduating early and kind of giving yourself a grace period of 3 or 4 months to be able to make sure your portfolio is good, make sure your resume is good, apply to all those jobs without that pressure of like literally being kicked out of like where we live right now is a really good situation. And I'm honestly really jealous. I was the biggest hater of graduating early, and definitely like a month and a half ago I was checking to see if I could. Can't.
You can.
So I'll be graduating in May, but
I remember like when we were at the GLV, like your advisor literally was like, oh, like if you really want to push for 21 credits, and you just sat there and you're like, I'm good.
Yeah, it's just like 21 credits
That's
plus
a lot.
multiple jobs is like I would probably be failing.
Yeah.
So
it's not even worth it.
It isn't worth it.
Yeah.
And that's what I just told myself. It's just like it'd just be a semester from hell.
Yeah, and like either like even if I graduated, I think I'd still be I don't think I'm scared. I think I'm because I'm so excited for the future. Like I'm so excited to like just move out like somewhere like just I don't know. I'm just so excited for like a new like whole ass book. Like I'm just like because like you know when you have
not
like,
a book, it's a chapter.
Yeah, but you know when you have like okay,
it's like book number 2.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like because like I've been in Arizona and this is like book number 1 for sure, but like I'm definitely on my different chapter like senior year like podcast or like who knows, but like I don't know, I feel like if I move into a different city, it's just like Gianna and her like adult years. I don't know, you know what I mean, like those movies.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess so. I personally, if we're gonna talk about books and stuff, I personally feel like this could be because though I moved states. This could be why I feel that way, but I feel like book 1 was like ended when I graduated high school and like book 2 started when I moved out here. Yeah. But also I do feel like book 3 will start when I'm done. Yeah. I don't know. I
just see myself in Dallas.
Personally trying to figure out where I'm gonna go and then see if I could recruit Gianna to go with me. Because I honestly can't imagine living with anybody else at this point.
No, I was like really thinking, I'm like, am I gonna have to go through freshman year again? I couldn't.
No, you could like have a shit roommate.
And I don't know.
Can you imagine having a shit roommate? We've been so blessed. I'm just kidding.
No, actually, like I think back because my neighbor, she had the worst experience ever. Where like she would like wake up in the middle of the night, like literally just she was like a night owl, like an actual definition of like where she would get up at night and like start doing her daily necessities, and she would sleep all day. And I like it's not that bad, but like I would hate that because that's like not my schedule.
I like to be greeted at the door when I come home from my activities. Yeah. Take note. Okay.
No, but seriously, and so that's why I'm definitely like scared when it comes to like graduating, but I'm really excited for like what's to come, and I'm not necessarily like I think it's just like everything happens for a reason, so that's why I'm not trying to stress about it, but like because I want to like move out and like start my life, but my parents are so like come back home, like you're okay, like just stay with us for a while, save money. And I'm like, yeah, but once I stay, I'm gonna stay till I'm 25, and I don't know if I want that, like, you know what I mean? So I definitely like for sure will, if worst comes to worst, if I actually cannot find a job and I am, because the economy nowadays, we could get into it, but that's not not for that. Yeah, we ain't no business.
But I do just want to say that like it's honestly so crazy to even hear the growth of like conversating about this, because like freshman year, not to put you on blast, like you would like cry about not knowing what you were gonna do after college, and we were like 4 years out from that, and so like seeing you just be like so hopeful and just like excited about it, not scared, it's just like honestly so amazing, because you were just like an anxious stress ball for no reason.
And I was just like, I don't have anxiety.
I was like, our biggest responsibility is making sure we log on to our Zoom classes.
And I was stressing.
There's no need to be this, like the world is ending about it. So it's really great growth.
The growth is unreal, honestly, between both of us. Like,
yeah. We could talk about it more on my episode where she interviews me, but today's all about Gianna.
Yeah, okay, we'll go back to it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to switch into our next segment. And it's going to be kind of like rapid fire questions, but to do that first, before we spill, we have to sip or chug. So, cheers.
Okay, I'll chug a little bit. I'll do one more sip.
One more chug. Like, you're not passing up on any of these. I'm so serious. Like.
So the tea's real. Okay.
The tea is real.
Okay.
You can bleep out names for some of these if you want to, but you have to answer all of them. This is no sip or spill. It's sip and spill.
Oh my god. You know what she told me though this whole time? She told me that this was sip or spill, and then we got to the day and she's like, no, let's just sip and spill. And I was like, I didn't know that was a part, because I thought if I didn't want to answer the question, #we go. But no.
Yeah, but I also like the thing about me, keep chugging. The thing about me is like I understand the importance of a digital footprint.
Yeah.
Like I really care a lot about like just like with this job market, with like the internet these days, like I'm not going to ask you anything that you would have to skip for the sake of like the sake of your personal well-being, your family's opinion, future employers. So some of these might be hard to answer, but you're just going to have to answer them.
Okay.
But it's nothing that's going to like literally do you so dirty.
I think that's pretty good.
Okay, let's get started.
Hold on. Let me take a breather. That really got me going. Okay.
Okay, so the very first question. We're starting off strong. To my dear Sarah, Murnell, and Kanan, I need to know, who is your favorite sibling? And you have to answer.
You can't do this because it's different between two sisters and a brother. You know what I mean?
It's not different. It's answer who, like, you're all. Okay, we can, I'll ask a little bit more detailed because obviously you love them all in different ways. Who is your favorite person to hang out with?
She's gonna literally hate me. May. Like,
May.
I love hanging out with her.
Who's your favorite person to just, like, sit and chat with?
I don't know. Because they all chat. I like Sarah because she actually wants to, like, listen. So, Sarah. Yeah.
Okay. If you had to live with a sibling, like, after you graduated college, like, say, like, in 3 years, who would you live with?
Two because cheaper, but if I had to choose one, Sarah, because I feel like she's like, actually no, because she's I'm like, both of them I would be scared to live with. I'm gonna be honest, because like May is like crunk, and Sarah is just like, I feel like I would do most of the cleaning in the house, and that's not how it goes. We could definitely like set guidelines or rules, but I'm like Nanner, like Kanan, like I don't know. I'm like Kanan.
Kanan's gonna be what, like 13?
Yeah. I would say. I like have to do both of them. Like I feel like all of us together would like.
So the girlies.
The girlies.
Take note.
I would definitely live with the girlies.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would be the fourth roommate with the girlies.
For sure.
Okay.
That would be bad for you. Like you'd be calling crossfire.
So bad. Really quick excerpt. One time, Sarah busted into our apartment screaming at Gianna about something, and me and our other roommate at the time, Kaya, we're just like literally sitting on the couch. Like,
what were we watching? How to Get Away with Murder? Like dead.
Well, there's actually two different stories. One of the times she came over and it was me and Kaya were sitting in the same chair, like literally scared for our lives because you guys were arguing so much.
You want to know what term she said?
No, that's the first time. Remember?
Yeah.
When Noelle was there, was before the gym. Like you guys were arguing about something so stupid.
Oh, that was like not as bad as this first
Yeah.
one. The second one I would have just like kind of put that in, was like bickering, but like this
it was bickering, but it was just awkward for us
Yeah,
because
for
like
sure.
we're not a part of the family drama.
Yeah.
But the second time, we don't have to elaborate anymore on this, but Sarah literally busted into our apartment and started like screaming bloody murder and threatened Gianna in ways I will not repeat. And it was just like I was just sitting there trying to watch How to Get Away with Murder, thinking I was about to witness a murder. So it's pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
Gianna did get her car towed, so honestly valid.
Yeah, I didn't see the no parking on the spot. It was an open spot, and I just like needed to park it because
Yeah.
Vertex fix your parking. Anyways,
Okay, so that's all. You still didn't answer my overarching who's your favorite sibling, if you had to say.
I can't.
Sip and spill. It's okay, we'll move on. Understandable.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could answer who was my favorite either, so I get it.
it's just hard because like my mom always told me, because I would be like, well, who's your favorite kid? And she'd be like, no, you all piss me off in one way or another. And I'm like, Linda. No.
She's like, I all hate you
No.
all so differently.
Yeah, no, but like I get it now because like when I was younger, I'd be like, oh my god, like May's my favorite, or I'd be like, oh my god, Sarah's my favorite, depending on the month. But then like growing up now, I'm like, oh, like they all like I all love them in a certain way, and I all like hate them in a certain way. You know, not hate them, but just like you got my girl.
Valid.
You know.
Okay, so what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. Are we talking physically or mentally?
Both.
Falling. My biggest fear is falling.
Like off a cliff or just like tripping?
My clumsiness. No, like falling. Like off. Like just like
It's like heights or just like falling?
not heights, because like I could be in if I'm secure and I'm in like spaces, like I'll be chill. But if I'm like genuinely just falling to my death, like I'm dead. Like
Have you ever had one of those dreams where you like wake
Yes,
up and
and
you're
I'm like-
falling? Oh, terrible.
I like switch up,
Terrible.
and then I realize I'm on bed. I'm like, you tweak for what? You tweak for what? Anyways,
Okay, so biggest fear like mentally.
my biggest fear mentally is like dying knowing I didn't live the life I wanted to live. That's why like sometimes like I question, like I'll be like literally like just doing any daily task, and I'll be just sitting there and I'm like what if I die tomorrow? And then I'm like, wow, I did not travel the world. I did not pick up that camera. Like I want to like I need to just fucking do it. When it comes to video, like I did this, like I did the podcast, and I'm so happy, and I'm like having the most fun with it. But I think I need to start picking up the camera, just like I just don't know what, because like I'm not gonna take the camera to Target. Like what? Like, you know?
Maybe you should. I'd do a Target photo shoot.
like in the juices aisle or something with the milk. No.
Never know.
You never know. But yeah, so I don't know, but just knowing like dying without like living the life like I want to live. Like, so that's why I like really want to live abroad, like so soon.
Yeah. But I also think that there's so much like when you're living the life you want to live now.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that also it's like we have plans to travel soon and like
Yeah.
all this stuff, and like you've traveled in the past, like you literally traveled this summer, you traveled like,
yeah.
so like I think that it's like you have to think about kind of like the now. It's like I think you're living the life you want to live now.
Yeah.
It's just not as concentrated in like maybe the traveling aspect, but you're doing so many other things.
I think I just want to see like, because oh my god, yeah, I'm like so grateful for how much my mom also loves to travel, and she just wants to take us on so many like family trips, and it's honestly so amazing. But I think I just like, I see people that go to like the most remote corners of the world, like Machu Picchu and like all that shit. Like,
who are you seeing that's going to Machu Picchu? I don't know anyone
one of
going
these
to Machu
influencers,
Picchu.
he just like went and
Okay.
he like literally brought his like cinematic camera, and he's like literally just like in the, I also like, am I being realistic? Like, can I hike in the cold weather? He like was talking
We
about
were
it.
struggling on a mountain.
No.
Mind you.
He was like in the Airbnb, like on the Airbnb or like the hostel they live in or are staying at. He's like, yeah, the AC gets to like 22 degrees. And I was like, at night? Like, no Fahrenheit? And he's like, we have the outhouse. And I'm like, oh. But also, like, I think I just need to live. I think I just need to, like, go abroad. Because, like, I think, like, the growth already is insane. But I think, like, just I need to travel somewhere where, like, I have, like, the newest, like, the most absurd experiences in the best way possible to, like, actually, like, see the world, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about your biggest fear. What is your biggest dream? Which I feel like you already kind of started to touch on, but...
Yeah, I think my biggest dream is just to, like, make an everlasting effect.
Okay. That's
in
good.
some way, yeah.
What is your biggest secret?
In what way?
What's your biggest secret?
Like, I have no idea. Like, I feel like I'm very open. I'm actually not that open, but just depends. To mom, my first kiss was when I was 16. We were playing hide and seek. We were playing sardines. And I kissed him behind the bushes.
Okay, good biggest secret.
I think that'll do it for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think she knows, actually.
I think you already told her, but still.
Yeah.
What is your biggest regret? But you know what this is? I don't regret. I just pretend.
Shit never happened. Oh.
Never happens.
I don't think I have any regrets. Like, if you asked me freshman year, I'd be like, oh my god, I regret, like, talking to him. I regret doing this, that, this, and that, and that. But I think now I'm just, like, I learned. Like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm like, I don't regret. I'm just, like, glad, like, that happened. So now I'm not going to do it again. And if I do, something's up. Like, I don't know if I did. You know?
So true, though. I think that it's, like, every decision we make kind of, like, shapes our lives in one way or another.
Yeah.
But it's, like, when you're happy with, like, where you're at right now. Like, I feel like I'm so happy with where I'm at right now. And I feel like you're probably pretty happy with where you're at right now, too.
Yeah.
That it's, like, okay, like, all those, like, silly things that could have been, like, described as mistakes. Like, it's like, okay, well, that just got me to where I am today.
First episode.
Honestly, I'm like, these mics are so amazing.
Guys.
I kind of told her, like, if we're going to film an episode together, you have to get a good mic.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, these, you'll hear in the, okay, so I pre-recorded my previous ones. This is, like, honestly, like, funny story, like, a week before we actually are, like, when the first episode drop is.
I'm hard to get on the calendar. What can I say?
And I'm so glad she made the time, even though
she had to reach out to my manager. It was, like, a whole thing.
And she was being so hard. I just can't.
I did bail a few times on accident.
No, but it makes sense. You know, work could be hard. Like, she has a life, you know? Like, I'm just a speck. You know? I'm just kidding. But, also, like, what happened? Yeah, and so, like, you'll hear in, like, the audios for the second and third episode, too. I think the fourth episode is pretty good. Like, it's not that bad. But, like, I'm piled up. But, like, the mic, you'll just hear the difference in, like, the audio.
Yeah. I
Don't
deserve
hate.
only the best.
And I had to just make, well, that's my fault for buying $20 mics. Like, I don't know what I was on. Like,
You know what, though? It was, like,
in the moment I thought
the
it was good.
time.
Yeah.
Like, you were just starting. I think that's, like, totally respectable. Like, you guys wouldn't believe the setup. Like, even just, like,
Yeah.
like she said, she got these chairs and whatever else, like, literally.
Facebook Marketplace, like, maybe a month ago.
For season 2.
Yeah.
There's, like, 2 lights behind me, a brand new spanking camera,
Birthday.
like, tripod, the whole deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, the setup's pretty legit at this point.
Yeah, I told myself, like, I need to take this seriously, and if I do take it seriously, like, who knows where this can go.
Because if you don't take it seriously, then that could be your next biggest regret.
Yeah. And that's why if you follow my TikTok, it's like I literally said like I want to make my not that being in the water or in the thing, but like my biggest regret is like just making my young self like kind of like question like why would you do that, you know? Like if my younger self like looked up at me and be like, wow, you could have done this and like actually like live the life you wanted to live, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Def.
Yeah.
Okay, so next it's who is your ASU crush? Doesn't have to be somebody you necessarily like know. Like, you know those like people that like honestly kind of feel like famous people on campus, like they're just kind of like non-player characters, like have their own storyline, whatever. Like, but who's your biggest crush? It doesn't have to be someone you ever talk to either. It could be like someone you just think's hot, like whatever else.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Like every time I look at someone at ASU, and this is so like it's not, I don't think it's harsh, but like because some people might look at me and be like, yeah, you know, but like when I look at someone, I'm like so picky when it comes to my men. Like
her man. Did you hear that? My man.
No, because if you know something funny, like internally, like what? Do you remember that one time with?
Yeah.
When out of nowhere, I was just like, damn, that man is so
out of nowhere.
And it's because it was in my head for the longest time, and I was like, you know what?
I literally told her, I was like, this is so random. Like, where'd this obsession come from? I haven't seen this grow at all.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. But in my head, it's because
it was the Delulu.
And it stayed the Delulu because nothing ever happened with that. Anyway, like, who is cute? Let me get a good look. I'm like really trying to think.
Okay, like, I say you just like chug for that.
ASU, yeah.
I understand though. Like it's really hard out here.
Like
my current crush is somebody who doesn't even go to ASU and is literally a bouncer at our local club. So if that tells you how the pickings are,
I could tell you. Like wait, like is it who you find attractive or is it who?
Is that not what I asked? Somebody you just think is hot.
Can I tell you something? So in high school, I was always like clown for my type. And that's why I have the hardest time telling people who I find attractive. Because then, you know, and like...
Who? Just tell me. You can leave it out if you want, but I just need to know.
Okay. Like, I think, like, I don't know what it is, but, like, I think it's the personality, too. But I literally just think, like so attractive. Like...
Okay. I see why you didn't want to say that out loud, but, like,
also
you could have said that. Like, I've been new.
And then also, like, if I don't know you, like, I'm not gonna, like, know. Like,
so you guys heard that here, ladies and gentlemen. Gianna is attracted to personality first.
Yeah. Well, okay.
So ugly guys, hit her up.
No, because it's, like, of course you have to be attractive when I first see you. But then, like, if I talk to you and you have no depth, if you have no, like, I know this sounds goofy, but, like, if you have no layers.
Yeah,
like, I'm out
I think that's so valid.
Like,
but I also think that you don't let people see your layers right away either. So maybe you need to be more like open, giving people chances.
I could say because I think I give people like when I first meet them a lot of the time I'm like
just dab them up and say hey.
I'm like that's me. No, but like I don't think I'm actually like if you would have to be like one of my closest friends to, like actually like because sometimes funny story I'll like say shit out of the blue, and everyone will be like, what? Like no way that happened to you, and I'm just like. Yeah, like, so people, like, I guess it does take people a while to, like, actually get to know me, so.
Yeah. Okay, you might have to sip for this one first.
Sip?
Yeah, go ahead, take a chug.
This is so funny.
Mind you, Gianna's drinking, like, the Long Island iced tea cut water that's, like, literally 13%. The drink I have is not that strong.
You know what I'm pissed off about, though? My tolerance, even though I haven't drinking in a while,
I'm feeling kind of buzzed. I'm not gonna lie.
My eyes are heavy. I'm like...
My eyes are heavy. My eyes, like, twitching. I thought it was the light, but I think it's the shot we took earlier.
I think the shot really took it. And
yeah.
I'm chugging this.
Okay, so this is my question. Who is your favorite roommate? But there's some qualifications. Like, I don't think that this... I'm not asking, like, who's your favorite friend out of the four of us. Like, who is your favorite person to live with? Like, who is the most... like courteous roommate, person who does the dishes the most, person like I don't like
for sure you
think so?
Like
I would have guessed you would have said Taylor. Like Taylor cleans our kitchen even though it's not her kitchen.
She stress cleans for sure, which
she does.
Love. I'm like if that's a stress tactic, do it. I will
Get
not
it done.
Stop you. That's why it's hard because like I think I'm just so used to living with you that like it's like second nature. That's why I said you.
Yeah.
But like also like Taylor does do I think everyone does shit like miscellaneously And so, like, when stuff is getting done, I'm like, oh, okay, like, cool, thanks.
I probably am, like, the easiest person for you to live with just because we've lived together literally every single year.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like, it's honestly seamless at this point. But also, like, we don't share a restroom right now. Like, we don't share a room. Like,
I share a restroom with Natalie.
Year, I wasn't very courteous. But you guys have to understand, like, I was doing so much.
And also, like, living with 12 girls.
12, babe. We were living with, like, literally
floor,
38. Oh, yeah, 12 on our floor. But, like,
38.
me and Gianna shared a room last year.
GLV.
I was working, like, a 9 to 5, like, all the things. Like, my side of the room looked like a disaster. And I felt bad, but
it looked like a disaster when mine looked like a disaster.
Yeah.
Like, it never was to the point where when it did get to the point, that was when you were, like, I think the worst it ever was and that's because you were gone, though, from, like, hella early to hella late. Like,
Okay, so since you said I'm your favorite roommate, let's start asking, what's your favorite thing about me?
My favorite thing about you? It's the way you know, like, when to come into my room and just, like, say a hey. Say how are you. Like, you care about what other people, like, how other people's day was. Like, you take the time to, like, actually, like, just be there for people. And, like, even though, like, you're having, like, a hard time or, like, not even a hard time, but just, like, your day wasn't probably so great, you still take the time to be like, how was yours? Like, give me, like, the tea, like, all that shit. And I just, like, really thank you because I'm so standoffish when it comes to saying hi to people. Like, when people come into the house, I'm like, okay, like, they're here.
You don't come out of your room.
I don't come out of my room. But, yeah, like, I love how you just, like, just come in and just say hi to everyone. And, like,
my favorite part of the day is coming home.
And you let everyone feel, like, heard. I feel like you just, like, you always give people the time of day, which I love.
Appreciate that.
Of course.
Okay, so now what's your least favorite thing about me?
I think I told you this before. It's the way sometimes I just want you to listen, but you're such a fixer. You're such a fixer, which is so good in some situations, but, like, there's sometimes where I'm like, I just wanted you to hear me out. Like,
yeah, I'm not a good person to rant to.
Yeah.
I'm a solution-based person.
But so good in the times needed.
I feel like the solutions I give all the time are pretty good.
100%.
There's been so many times where, like, Gianna's coming to me with something and I'm like, you should do this. And, like, she doesn't listen. And, like, literally, it was something earlier today. And then, like, she'll act like it was, like, revolutionary. Like, oh, I decided to do this. I'm like, I literally said that 20 times.
No, it was so funny. I know, because I literally was like, Kayla, I think I'm gonna start collaborating. Like, I will this week. And she looks at me and she's like,
and it was the way you said it was like a new idea. I was like, I've literally harassed you in your DMs and your text messages in person, like, about this.
Like brand manager.
I'm a brand manager.
Like, actually, like, she literally like DM me. I didn't see it at first, and then she texted me like 3 times, and she's like, "Are you kidding me? This is not a collaborative post. What are you doing?" And I was like, Oh,
I was pissed. Anyways, it's just like at the end of the day, it's like I think that what Gianna's doing is, like, so cool, like, with this podcast, and I'm like, I just want her to back herself because I feel like everybody else backs her. It's like, I'm posting your shit on my main. Like, why aren't you posting your shit on your main?
And I will. Hold on. You'll see.
Yeah.
Just now.
But also just, like, from a digital audiences standpoint, like, analytics and all those things, like, her personal account has more followers than her podcast account does. And that's because you guys aren't following. So follow.
I have 1,000 followers on my Instagram and only a...
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, if you collaborate, post it, you know.
We don't need to get into the...
Yeah, don't need to get into the nitty-gritty.
But I will be. That's about it. Like, you, like, also, like, when we do get into, like, we don't ever bicker, but, like, when we do, like, have little, like, arguments, you also are, like whatever. Like, I think I just always, like, we always, like, whatever the fight, because it's never enough to, like, where it's, like, a serious matter.
We definitely disagree on stuff, but I feel like neither of us are argumentative. I think it's you're not argumentative. Because I honestly think if Gianna had the same type of, like, temperament that I had, because I'm a fixer, like she said, you're an ignorer. And I know clear as day when you're upset at me, when you're upset at something, when you're upset at nothing. Yeah. I know clear as day, but you won't, like, voice it. Mm-hmm. But if you voiced it the way that I voiced it, we would probably fight, but we don't. Yeah. We don't.
No.
I can't even.
And I remember freshman year when I was the biggest bleep in the world.
Terrible to me. I'm just kidding.
Don't say that.
I'm just kidding, but she had a toot.
I was just a toot nation. Like, I think
such a toot for someone you don't know. Such a big toot.
Anyways. And then second semester came, and, like, I think that's came out. Yeah?
Maybe. Yeah, I think I told her this all the time, but I would just like pretend like I didn't like hear her tone, like I didn't like notice that she was in a bad mood and like ignoring me. Like I would literally just pretend. But then now we're at the place where I call her out. I'm like, what's up with you, dude? Like, but I just think that it's like now we're at the point where it's like if you're having one of those days, like I literally am like, I think you're upset about this. Tell me about it.
Yeah, for sure. 4 years later, I'd hope. Like
3.
Sorry.
Our 4th year friendship anniversary would probably be like
next year in August.
Yeah, well, that's when we met, but maybe even like June, July, when we had our first FaceTime phone call that shout out Sarah joined.
Sarah was like, I'm so excited for you. She's such a sister. Yeah. I love her. But anyways.
We could talk about her prejudgments of me on my episode of the podcast, but we'll get into it a different day.
And I know what she's talking about because I always brought it up to her.
Yeah. Well, just to kind of like wrap up this podcast, first of all, I'm so grateful to be on here. I think that it's just been so awesome getting to see Gianna grow all these years. Truly is. Like, I don't think, like, best friend fully describes, like, our relationship. Like, Gianna's, like, the sister I never had. Like, my other half, literally. I can't imagine living with anybody else for literally 4 years straight.
Yeah, like, it's insane. Every time people would bring it
I
up.
don't even like living with my brothers this much. Like,
sorry.
So, just to wrap it all up, I just want you to tell, like, the podcast, tell the listeners, tell our besties what they can expect from season 2.
Okay. So season 2, because I thought about this for a while. I was like, what is it going to be different from season 1? Like, why should they watch it? Why should they even, like, listen to it, period? And I was like, I'm big on, like, I really want to be a documentarian. Like, yeah.
We've had debates on how you say this word.
I say documentarian. Whatever.
I don't know. That just doesn't sound right.
Like, what? Like, those are
Pause. In the Oxford Dictionary says documentarian.
Am I correct?
Well, no. I remember we had that conversation about it, and you were like documentarist, and I'm like, that's not how you say it.
No, I said documentarian.
I just swear we had a debate on this, and I was right the first time, but it's okay.
Anyways.
I'm not always right. That's fine. Something I'm learning.
So, to expect is like I was questioning what I can make differently, and I was like, what can I get people to listen to? Because like I have specific things I want to listen to in a podcast. Like, I'm not going to listen to, like, sometimes I want to learn, and sometimes I just want to listen to girls gossip. Sometimes I want to, like, listen to, like, ways I can help myself. Like, it just depends, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, what can I get people to listen to for this podcast? And, like, I kind of want, like, I want it all. Like, I literally just, like, want people to, like, giggle. I want people to learn, and I want people to be like, wow, like, I did not know someone went through this. Like, I just want it to be a learning experience, and I want, like, the audience to feel as if they're in the conversation. And so I kind of just, like, sat there and I was like, let's just hang. Like, let's just talk. Let's just
go with the waves.
Let's just go with the waves, actually. Like, seriously, like, I just want everyone to, like, listen to this podcast in a way to, like, just, like, oh, like, Gianna came out with a new episode. Cool. Like, let's just, like, take the time to listen and, like, either laugh, learn, or, like, be like, damn, like, question life or whatever. I don't know.
I honestly think that's awesome because, like I said before, I listen to so many podcasts, and that kind of wraps up, like, all of my favorite things about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love when the girlies are just gossiping. Like, literally my favorite thing ever. Like, I have a podcast for that. I have a podcast kind of, like, for relationship advice. I have a podcast for that's kind of more, like, self-growth.
Mm-hmm.
All of the things, like, the ones I listen to for, like, when I just, like, literally want to feel, like, light or, like, not thinking about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or so I think that's really great that you're going to do all of it because I want to be on the one where the girlies are just gossiping.
And we will. I think the last episode, like, I'm thinking in the future, even though I hate doing that, but, like, I think the last episode is going to be, like, the roomies. Like, wouldn't that be so fun?
Yeah. Really quick insert, like, we have, like, the best roommates ever.
Oh, my God, yeah. Every time I tell people the house, they're like, that's, like, such a good lineup. I'm like, thanks.
It's such a good group of people, like, as individuals, but I think, like, as a collective, we are all just, like, fit so well. Like, I couldn't think of anything better. I think we all just, like, have not had a single issue.
Yeah.
The only drama in the house is, like, what smell is coming from the refrigerator. Like, that's literally it. Like,
it's a disposal.
Yeah. Like, truly just wanted to shout them out for a second because literally the best ever.
Actually,
and I'm excited for the episode, so stay tuned.
It's, like, probably the last episode out of, like, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very excited for what's to come in this, like, whole, like, just, like, I'm excited for life. I'm excited for all of this. I'm excited for, like, the podcast to, like, grow. Because, like, I already see so many people, like, excited for the first episode, and I'm just like so excited to see where it goes. With that being said, don't forget to have a great day and
Go with the waves.
oh, and you need to watch this. Love that.
Wait, I want to talk to the camera by myself for a second.
You want me to leave?
Yeah.
Oh, am I gonna see this in the editing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave. Bye.
So I just wanted to take a moment to kind of just like talk to, like, I don't know who I'm talking to. Like, am I talking to Gianna? Am I talking to the audience? But just say that, like, Gianna is so amazing and I'm so proud of her. I could tear up. It might be the drink, but like I'm so proud of her for like everything she's doing with this podcast and how passionate she is about it, and like even for her graduating early, like so soon. And I have been like literally bitching and moaning about her getting me on the podcast, and like pitched the idea to her to be like, hey, can I do the first episode, like interview you? But I hope you guys got just a little bit of a glimpse of like more of who she is as a person, because she just shared so much of herself and so much of her advice and her growth like in the first season. But I'm so excited for her to get a little bit more personal, and like in the second season kind of like interview our friends and share more about like her personal life and all of those things, because she is so special and so unique, and I've truly never met anybody like her. And I just wanted to say, G, I love you so much, and I am so proud to be your friend, your roommate, and all of those things, and to be your first guest on season 2. So, yeah, I love you, and everybody stream with the waves.